so awesome.
My love.
You look stunning.
Thank you, darling. You're not looking bad as well.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, so how did we go from December 1st to December 23rd? How did
My love, I don't know, but all I know is that we are here. And yes, let's enjoy it. Let's, you know, like they say, let's just enjoy every bit of that. I mean, imagine the whole thing just like yesterday.
do you get?
And now
December
we're already,
the
today's
18th,
already
like
23rd.
like
And
so
Christmas.
it's Christmas
2
already.
days.
2 days. And do you know what baffles me? Because I think this is the only Christmas that you just have to. Because most of the Christmas is just
Weekend.
do you
As in
understand? We have
Thursday,
like
Friday.
this will like
And then we have to enjoy the break. Tuesday and Wednesday
New
and
Year.
Thursday.
New Year.
That one day.
Ah,
Oh my
God,
God.
2025. You don't have to do that with us.
Like we usually go off on Wednesday, then we get back to work on Thursday, and that's how it's going till April, I guess.
Check it out.
I have.
But this first, the holidays are only happening
I mean, from January, after January 1st, our break next, our public holiday next is
so is
April.
that bad?
That's Easter break, yeah. Then I think the Eid Fitr or something, yeah. That's it. So I've checked the calendar.
It broke
So
my heart.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to fix
Because I still feel like, okay, we still have some other holidays, but this, honestly,
No.
I don't actually have a problem with like the other holidays we have there. So it's like, it always makes sense when you're with your family, first and second.
I think like they should need, then the federal government needs to add this to the calendar. Like
It's
first and second should be break. I mean, for New Year, how do you expect you to just spend?
And do you know what? Do you know what lately people are maybe the federal government should just do something like this. Every organization
should close for this. I wish, but sorry,
Is this reality or this is Nigeria? Oh God.
You know, there are some organizations that actually but I feel like the kind of organization we can that such cannot happen.
Well, at least they should give us exemptions like
And
like
yes,
this.
sister, that's why you have it. I'm so sorry. I think you're acting sorry. It's just the situation of the open.
That's alright. You should apologize.
Yes.
Yes, so yeah.
That should have been the first thing
First
we
thing we
should
should
have
do,
done.
yes.
But then we just want you guys to be happy and we want you guys to laugh.
Very,
Yeah.
very
sorry.
for the break because it was how
It
we
was a
went
long
from
break.
very long.
And we are very sorry.
Very sorry.
We know a lot of our viewers have been waiting to
Asking
watch us.
questions.
Yeah, I mean, but we are sincerely sorry. I think you should know that.
Well, we will need that. Don't worry. When we see them, we need that.
Abi, oh my God. So we are
Sorry.
so sorry. Regardless, we are back again.
Give you another banger.
Yeah, a big
Part
banger.
one.
Yes. Insightful topics, with good
Yes.
personality, because in the studio. I'm very sure you're going to enjoy every bit of our topics, definitely. And today's topic is not going to be an exemption because you are going to love it. And like you always do, drop your questions. I mean, engage our posts, like our videos, share, subscribe, and we keep
Follow
giving it
our
to you.
YouTube channel.
Yes, and we'll keep giving it to you back to back. Yeah. And before we bring in our guest as well, our name has not changed. Yeah, I still remain my own self, like Salah, with my charming
Aisha.
So before we go, we just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. So
Prosperous New Year.
yeah, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with our own guests. Hello, Lagos, our beautiful audience. We are back again. It's another episode of the Central Bunch podcast. And before we went on that commercial break, we told you that we have a great personality with us today that will be dissecting a very interesting topic. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see this charming damsel, beautiful, What other adjective do I need to qualify her?
Beautiful,
Demure,
stunning,
yeah, she's looking
elegant.
so
Oh my
demure.
goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome. Oh, they are so good. Who is not clapping?
I need to tell you this cover already. You look very
Yeah,
Thank
she
you.
is.
for
Thank
honoring
you.
our
Oh my God,
evening.
you guys. Thank you.
You're so
Thank you for
welcome.
that amazing introduction. Thank you so much.
If we don't do it, we will.
I mean, right? I
Yeah.
feel really pumped and I'm so glad to be here.
We're
I've been
happy to
following
have
the
you.
podcast and yeah, I've been looking forward to this, to being on your podcast. Yeah.
Thank
For the flight to my
you.
belly.
All right, so up here will be talking to us on a particular topic, an interesting topic, which is balancing life, leadership, and career. Now, I want to ask you something. You are a mother, you're a wife, and um, you're also
Career
customers
woman.
a career
Career
woman.
woman.
Yes,
Yes, I am.
you're a career woman. So, how do you manage all of these things together?
I don't. I don't.
You
That
don't?
I don't. So half of the time, the
Okay.
truth is that half of the time, I feel like I don't even know what I'm doing. Yes. So what I do is give everything my best shot and hope for the best. And I ask for help. I ask for help. You can't, I don't think there is anybody who can be 100% in all of this. You know,
Okay.
as women, right, you're expected to excel in your career like you don't have a family, and you're expected to excel in the family front like you don't have a career. So it's quite difficult to balance the two. So I ask for help, family members. Your husband is not just a husband for head of home. He needs to come out and help with the kids. If you need your mother's help, she needs to help out with her grandchildren. Just ask for help, especially with the family front, with taking care of kids, taking care of your child. I have only one child, by the way, but it's not easy.
Need help.
You need help. Yeah, so that's it. I can't say I'm doing so great at it because there are days when I feel like I'm in over my head. I'm like, who asked me to have all this? Who asked me to pursue all this? Like, what am I? Do I even know what I'm doing? Do you understand? So I have days like that. So that's why I said, when you asked me how do I balance, I told you I don't, because there are certain days that one thing suffers for the other, right? But I try to make up, just I don't know. I think I'm just winging it and hoping that I'm giving it my best.
Just
That's
like your name.
basically is.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much for that answer. You did it. Now let's talk about leadership.
Yes.
You are known for being very strict.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
I
that.
am strict.
Yes. That's perception I
She's
have
strict
about you.
on
Like
the
you're very
job.
strict, but you are quite approachable.
Should I use the word strict or disciplined? I think that should be
That should be the word. Yes, you are disciplined and yet approachable. Yes. If you say someone is strict and approachable, it means they are disciplined. Actually, they are very disciplined. Now, how knowing fully well that some of your team members can find that it's like, how do I put it? They can find it intimidating. Now, how are you able to combine both together? How are you able to balance it with your team members? How?
So there's something I do. If I'm going to criticize you for something you did wrong, I must praise you if you do something right. You shouldn't give criticisms alone. When someone does something, the truth is that most of the times we remember the things people do wrong. But being a leader or a supervisor, I mean, just class captain alone is a leadership position, right? So whatever leadership level you are right now, you should give criticisms. I mean, praises as much as you give. You don't just criticize. When someone does something right, give the person an accolade. Oh, you did great. This is wonderful. And then when you criticize somebody on something, and then they go back to do that thing again and get it right, please, what are you holding that praise for? What are you holding it for? It makes the person feel good.
Good, yeah.
It makes the person want to do better.
Better.
There's an Igbo adage. "Eto dike na nke o mere eme, ọmọ ọzọ." Literally, it means when you praise a strong man for the one he has done,
Done.
he will do more and
More.
better. So that's how I see it. So you don't just criticize, give praise, announce to the just as much as the whole world heard you criticizing that person,
Let them
let everybody hear you praising
Praise
that
that
person. So I think that's it's
it's
just
balance.
balance. Yes, you need to just balance the two of them and that's it. That's my approach.
All right, thank you very much for that. I mean, not everybody know that they, as much as they are criticizing people, they should also praise them. Not everybody knows that. Yeah. Or I am glad that you're one of those that appreciate both criticism and praises as well. Thank you very much. And so I want to ask, when it comes to as a supervisor, when it comes to you motivating your how do I put it, your colleagues, your team members, yes, what are the ways that you go about it? How do you go about you motivate? I think praises is also one of the ways you can motivate someone.
Yes.
Now, aside from praising such person, what other ways do you think, like what do you think a good leader should motivate his or her team members in the organization?
By being damn good at what I do. Can I use the word damn? Is that allowed?
It's already, so
I
it's
mean,
allowed.
yes, that is. I think that is the best kind of motivation. That is for me. That's the best kind of motivation. Like I am like, I want to be so good at my job that my team members will be like, listen, I want to be like that supervisor. Like I want to know the know like that supervisor. I think that's great enough motivation. I have supervisors that I look up to. I have supervisors that feel like, listen, see what that thing you're doing. I want to be able to do it one day. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I think that's another way to motivate my team by being good at my own job. Do you understand? I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. So yeah, that's it. Aside from giving the praises, aside from and then I will never stop talking about training and retraining and passing information and announcing like this thing has changed. Okay, there is a new circular. This is how we do things now.
Now you need
Don't
to
just assume everybody knows
knows
it.
it.
Let your team members
Be
be
aware.
aware. Say it today, say it tomorrow.
Keep saying it.
Keep saying it until
They get it right.
that person has internalized it. Yes, that's how. So you can't overemphasize training. You train, you retrain, you continuously train. That's it for me.
Thank you very much for the answer. Like it shows that you are very good. We know. There's no reason. We know, right? So now we know that you are a certified sales specialist. Salesforce specialist. Yeah. How did you go about the certification and how has it impacted your role? Being a certified Salesforce specialist.
Okay, so how I went about this certification. So I have stages in my life where I get deeply dissatisfied with where I am, and I like to, don't mind me, I just like to take on quote unquote challenges. So I'm telling myself, oh, I heard of this new certificate. Okay, let me just first define what Salesforce is. Salesforce is like a CRM tool. Okay, most bankers know about Finacle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finacle is like a CRM tool. Salesforce is like a CRM tool that is kind of bigger than Finacle. So a Salesforce administrator, you know how your Finacle admins, okay, you know how what a processor can do on Finacle is different from what a supervisor can do.
Yeah.
Now, a Salesforce administrator configures the Salesforce platform of the company that uses it.
Okay.
You configure what each person can do, the level of what each person can see, the level of access each person has.
Okay.
Yes, depending on your role in the organization. You configure what the interface, the user
Look
interface.
like.
So that's basically what an administrator does. Well, so it doesn't directly have any impact what I'm doing right now as a banker because my current organization doesn't use Salesforce. There's some organizations in Nigeria that use Salesforce. So my goal for getting that certification was, of course, I still have a long way to go. My goal eventually was to transition into tech.
Women
So that
tech.
So that's like these are like the first few steps. There's still quite a lot of things I have to do. Things in the pipeline and whatnot. But yes, that's it.
Okay, so for those that might be considering to take a certification in this kind of professional course or something,
Yes.
would you advise search? And if not, which other one is better you would actually recommend?
Okay, so there are several tech tracks. There's popular ones: data analysis, data science, there's cybersecurity. There's quite a lot. So there's project management, product design. So I think the best thing for you is to find your niche, find what you're interested in. Because the truth is that transitioning into tech as somebody with zero tech background is hard. I had nights when I'm like, am I crazy? What am I even doing this for?
For
Who is asking me to do all of this? Who is asking for this? I can just flex my regular job and go and rest. But so yeah, it's hard. But if you play the long game, you know, there's a lot to benefit. Yeah, yeah. But it's not
Not an easy thing.
it's not even a 6 month thing.
thing.
It's not even a 1 year thing. So it's one thing to get the certification, it's one thing to know what you're doing. So those are two different things. And it's another thing to now break into the industry, get jobs in the industry,
Yeah.
have actual real life experiences in it. It's a lot. Let me just quickly give a disclaimer. I have a very long way to go. I'm no expert. I'm talking based on my experience, you understand? So if anybody wants to go into tech, find a niche, find something you're interested in, and follow through with it. Trust me, it's a long, hard journey, but if you just learn how to do hard things, and you get there.
Challenge
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Okay. So the question I was asking her, she has asked initially, she asked that already. She said, how are you able to balance being a mom, being a wife, and also your career? But you answered the question, and I still want to ask something relating to that, not actually that. Now, how has your family been helpful with all of this? Because you said it already, but I still want to know how.
So,
Like,
yeah, like I explained. Okay, so let me give you a practical example. I have a 2-year-old who, on regular school days, when school closes and you're supposed to go pick her up from school, and you're doing a 9 to
it's
8.
5 to 8.
Do you
That's what I
get?
said.
So you're doing a job where you cannot get off work when the school closes. So these are part of the some of the places family members come in. You have cousins who maybe are attending the same school. She can just go home with them, and then when you're back, you can go get her. So these are little things. Or you have sisters, siblings who come in for the holidays. So when somebody is around for the holiday, you know that, oh, okay, so she's here with
to
it.
worry
I'm
about.
very skeptical about nannies, yeah, because she doesn't speak yet. I have to be very confident of my child telling me every single detail of her day. So that's why nannies is not yet in
Needed.
the picture for me. But when nannies eventually come, there are still measures you need to put in place. What's a terrible place and all that. I don't want to go into that. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. So, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
Yes, absolutely. I feel overwhelmed a lot of times. Okay, so when I was getting my Salesforce certification, there are nights when I'll be like, Jesus, who is asking me to do this? I would I'm tired from work. I have things to do on the home front, and I have to still prepare for work the next day, and I have this certification exam I'm preparing for. And sometimes, yes, I actually do feel overwhelmed sometimes. But what do they say? You don't, if there's a saying that says, I'm so
Hey.
sorry. So here is what it means. Of course, I'm going to translate. So here is what it means. It means dirty hands. When you till the soil, right, you'll be able to eat. Manu means oil. So when your hands, it hands that work are the hands that will feed. Yeah. So no good things come easy. So that's what I remind myself that, and I just keep going.
Okay, so from what you said now, I just want to ask a very funny and serious question. You said yes, you people feel overwhelmed. Has there ever been a time you cry, like you're alone and you cry it all out
Girl,
just to be okay?
girl, girl, girl. You know the truth is, sometimes all you need is a good cry. Has that
Yes.
ever happened to you where you're feeling overwhelmed and then when you go and have a good breakdown, you just
Yes, feel
cry
good.
and then you just feel better,
Better.
Yes.
you
You
know,
wipe your tears and you
and
come
just
out
come
soldier
out
like
strong,
on.
like
Do
nothing
you
nothing
happened.
understand?
happened.
So yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Sometimes all you need is a good cry,
Cry.
and then
You
pat
guys hear
yourself,
that? All
pat
you
yourself on
need.
the back, and just keep it
All
moving.
right.
Thank you
Yes.
so much for answering our questions. We
Thank
all
you.
enjoyed, and I'm sure our viewers too must have learned one or two from your hands, your answers to our questions. Now, one final question:
Okay.
how would you advise people that wants to juggle one or two responsibilities? How would you advise them to go about it? Like people that have one or two responsibilities. Do you understand? Like how would you advise them?
I mean, one thing is not advisable in this
Do
Nigeria.
you
You don't have to do
understand?
one
One
thing.
thing, yeah,
For
exactly. You
me,
need to do
you have to do
one and two and everything.
even while you are working towards your
Exactly.
niche, you still need to do one or two things.
So here's what I would advise: find a routine and stick to it. Find a routine. So yes, you're trying to transition. Yes, you're trying to go to school. Yes, you're trying to learn something else while working your 9 to 5 because you gotta make the money, man. You understand that you need to have a steady flow of income, right? So you find a routine and stick to it. So you know that from so time to so time is dedicated to your 9 to 5.
Okay.
Yes, and then when I get back home, I need to study. So I'm studying from this time to this time. And then after studying, I need to prepare for tomorrow. So I'm
Tomorrow.
ironing my dress, I'm cleaning my shoe, I'm putting one thing or that
the
in
other.
order. Have a routine. On Saturdays, this is what I'm doing on Saturday.
Yes.
Have a routine.
Works that
Yeah,
you
yes,
do,
things
works
happen, here and there where that will tweak or shift your routine. But sticking to a routine generally will help. That's just what I do, to be honest. There's really no big secret to it. Yes, that's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you coming down here to have this conversation with us, and I'm very sure that our audience as well, they really enjoy this conversation, and they will definitely drop their questions, their observation, and everything in the comment section. Guys, you just have to do that because if you don't do that, how do you want us to up our game? So you need to drop your questions. I'm very sure our hope here is ready to answer all of your questions, and keep watching,
Yes.
keep listening,
Let me
share.
let me speak something. And I hope that after this whole, like after listening to the whole podcast, you are able to balance your career, being a mom and everything, you're able to balance it perfectly.
Yeah, even if you're not doing it perfectly, just find a routine, stick to it, keep at it.
And you'll be fine.
There's no manual to life or whatever, but keep doing hard things.
And guys, don't forget, you're doing enough for yourself. Yeah, even if no one has told you anything, that trust me, you're doing enough for yourself. From January to just weigh out your things. Just weigh it out. You see
honestly.
that you're definitely
Doing
doing
well, yeah.
well for yourself. And don't forget, always take enough water. Very, very, very important. Yes, very, very important. So
Drinking water.
hit the like button, drop your comment, share Central Bunch podcast,
Yes.
and we'll definitely give it all to you. Aisha, how do we reach you on social media?
At Central Bond on YouTube and is it on your,
I said, how do we reach
reach
you
me. Oh,
on social
sorry.
media?
I thought you said how do we reach us? Like reach me on Instagram at Jumi Lomo. How about you?
Oh, do you have time for social media?
I do.
Okay, so how do we?
Well, I don't really socialize on social media. I just use social media for
For the fun of it.
yeah, just flexing and reading.
Okay, for the fun
gists
of
and
it
whining
that we
away
want to follow
time.
you, how do we reach you?
Okay, so my best social media is probably my LinkedIn, and that's Hope Nkiro Calviaso on LinkedIn. That's it.
All right, so you can follow me on Instagram at Simba Talks, and follow us on Central Bunch Podcast on all social platforms at Central
Central
Bunch
Bunch
Podcast.
Podcast.
And this is me saying Merry Christmas
and Happy New Year in
advance. Keep listening and drinking enough water. Bye.